Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to our English distance learning program. Alright, today I'm going to raise up a grammar which is about zero conditional. So, what is the zero conditional? It said that a zero conditional sentence, okay, it is an if sentence that expresses something generally true. Okay, if sentence that expresses about something generally true. It has an if clause, okay, it has an if clause and result clause. If clause and result clause. Both clauses are in the simple present tense. Okay, so this means that zero conditional it is a kind of sentence that is started by if, okay, and normally we use it to talk about something that is generally true, okay, in the present time. So we not use it to talk about the past simple or about the future, but we use to talk something that is generally true in the present times. Okay. So the sentence here you're gonna create by using present simple tense. Okay. Not past simple or not future tense. Okay. So now let's just have a look to the pictures. So I have two pictures. So what do you think about the first one, and what do you think about the second one? Alright, the first one is about you can see a man who is getting sick, right? Okay. And one more picture is on the right, it is talking about school, okay? Students who are at school. So by having two situations like this, I can use a zero conditional to talk, okay? Example, I'm going to say, if you are sick. Again, zero conditional, we're going to start by if, okay? If you are sick. So what happens if you are sick? Alright, you cannot go to school. Okay, if you are sick, you cannot go to school. See, if you are sick, so it is a kind of present tense, okay? If you are sick, and so you say you cannot go to school. So this is a kind of present simple tense too, okay? So let's see, if you are sick, it is a condition. Yeah, condition, you getting sick, okay? So the result, if you get sick, what is your result? The result is you cannot go to school, okay? So this is about the zero conditional, okay? Talk about something that is generally true in the present time, okay? Yeah, you are sick, you cannot go to school. So this is generally true, okay? It's real. No one can go to school if you get sick. Seriously. Okay, let's have another example. You can see two of these pictures. So the first one is about a rock, okay, and then one more is about, let's say, water. So what happened? I'm gonna say if you throw a rock in the water. Okay, so the condition is if you throw a rock in the water. Yeah, you're gonna throw this one into the water here. Let's see what's going to happen. What is the result when you throw this into the water? Okay, so the result is it sink, right? Okay. So when you throw this into the water, yeah, the rock is going to sink. Yeah, sink is mean that going into the bottoms of the sea or of the rivers. Okay. Yeah. Or can say the bottoms of the water. Yeah, so again, so this is the condition and this is the result. If you do this, and it's going to happen like that, for example, okay? So this is called zero conditional, yeah. Let me continue to see more examples. Okay, now we're going to see like this. It says if plants don't get water. Imagine if you don't water to the plant, so what happens? Of course, if plants don't get the water, and then they die. Okay, it's true. If you don't put the water for the plants, it's going to die. Okay. If you have a degree in nursing, okay, you have many job opportunities. Of course, when you have a degree, and then you're gonna have the job opportunity to do. Okay. If you mix blue and yellow, if you make color blue and yellow together, what happens? You make it's green. Okay. One more sentence say if the weather is good, students like sitting in the quiet. Yeah. If the weather is good, students like sitting in the quiet. Okay. So yeah, these are the examples of the zero conditional. Okay, just want you to take note in one. You say the if clause can come second in the sentence. If it comes to the second in the sentence, there is no comma. What does it mean? Let's have a look to the example here. Example here is a plants die if they don't get water. Okay. At the moment I said if you want to make the zero conditional, you always start with if. Okay, start by if. However, or let's say but, there is one more way that you can make the zero conditional by not putting if at the beginning. Okay, it means that you can put it at the second clause. As example here, it says plants die if they don't get water. Okay, plants die if they don't get water. Looking back to the example here, it says if plants don't get water, they die. Okay, so it means that you can put if at the beginning or you can put if at the second of the clause. Okay, but what you have to remember, if you started by if, you're gonna put a comma, okay, to the first clause. But if you started the sentences without if at the beginning, you are not going to put a comma. Okay, as you can see in example here, plants die. So you see, don't have a comma here. So plant die if they don't get water. You cannot say plant die and then you put a comma like this. Okay, if they don't get water. So this is the wrong sentence. Okay, and one more example, let's see. It says students like sitting in the square if the weather is good. So comparing to this, it says if the weather is good, you can see they put a comma. Okay, if the weather is good, students like sitting in the square. But this one, it says student like sitting in the square if the weather is good. You see, there is no comma. Okay, like this. Cannot put comma like this. Okay, again to sum up for you, if you want to make the zero conditional, okay, you can put if at the first clause or at the beginning, or you can put if at the second clause. Okay, what you have to remember is if you don't start your sentence by using if, you're not going to put a comma into the sentence. Okay, but if you start the sentence with if, you're gonna put a comma, okay, after the first clause. Okay, that's it, everyone. Okay, let's just go to practice a little bit. So I want you to match the two columns to make the sentence. So number 1 to number 6, and you're gonna match it to A to F, from A to F. Example number 1 is a students don't study hard. So this is a condition. So if students don't study hard, so what is the result? What is the problem? Let's just match together A, B, C, D, or E, F. Okay, so check together. So if the students don't study hard, okay, so we are matching to letter D. They don't do well on the exams. Yeah. Number 2, if you go to a lecture, what happens if you go to a lecture? Of course, if you go to a lecture, you should arrive on time. Okay. Number 3, you have to think carefully. You have to think carefully. For what? Okay. If you want to change your major, you have to think carefully if you want to change your major. Number 4, if you major in English literature, if you major in English literature, what happened? You have to read Shakespeare's. Okay, you have to read Shakespeare. And number 5, if the weather is really bad, what happened? Does your university cancel classes? If the weather is really bad, does your university cancel classes? Number 6, do you go to your dorm room if you need a quiet place to study? Do you go to your dorm room if you need a quiet place to study? Okay, so something like this. And going to the next one, say complete the sentence with information that is true for you. So use an if clause or result clause. Okay. Okay, I would like to skip this one, okay, because it is talking about you yourself. So just use your own information that is true about you to complete it. Okay, let me just skip it. And okay, that's it everyone for grammar today. I hope you understood what I just explained at the moment. Anyway, if you're not quite sure with what I just explained at the moment, you can just contact me directly, okay? So here is just a kind of homework for you to practice. So what I want you to do is to match, okay? Number 1 to number 15, and matching from letter A to letter O, okay? So after matching this, you just write down the answer over here. It is easy for me to check, okay? So example number 1, you might to C, and then you put number 1 is letter C, okay? Number 2, so number 2 you might to letter, for example you think letter G, and then you put G over here to me. Okay. So that's it everyone. Thank you for watching this video. So I'm going to see you next time. Goodbye everyone. See you.